Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Count Jinsula, and today I'm going to be showing you a couple of PvP battles, and that is of course because I, alongside a whole bunch of other content creators, got together to do a YouTuber PvP tournament. And today I'm going to be showing you my battles for the first round of this tournament, and I'm going to be giving you my personal analysis of what went wrong, what went right, and different things like that. Today I'm going up against my good old buddy Casual Coops. He is of course one of the YouTubers over in the UK, and he produces a lot of great content. He's really funny when it comes to Pokemon Go vlogs. Unfortunately, he hasn't uploaded it in quite a while, so hopefully maybe this content will kind of drive him to upload again. I really enjoyed his content, so hopefully he'll be back on YouTube. Alright, here we go. This is the first match with Casual Coops, and this is the team that I actually used, not this one. This one right here, I had a Galvantula as my lead, I had an Alolan Sandslash as my third Pokemon, and then Slurpuff as kind of like my safe switch. And I really thought this team would be really strong against Casual Coops, mainly because the way that he drafted his Pokemon, I really felt like I had an advantage with some of my picks. But unfortunately, he had a lot of different surprises that I was just not expecting, and that is unfortunately why I ended up losing a couple of matches against Casual Coops. I actually ended up losing big against Casual Coops. But yeah, he drafted really well. He actually utilized his Pokemon really well. And unfortunately, I just got outplayed in a lot of these matchups. But for this one right here, we got Mawile as the opener. And again, this is one of those surprises that I was just not expecting. I really thought he would go with something like a Skarmory lead or one of his flying types. But unfortunately, I had to deal with Mawile. Now, during this particular battle, I really just tried to DPS down all of his Pokemon and just try to outpace him. I thought I had the advantage here, but you're gonna see, like, I just really kind of made a big miscalculation, and it ended up just becoming my downfall in this first set. So you can see right here, I burned a shield thinking that I would be able to knock it out, but we actually double KO'd. And this is a very bad predicament that I found myself in. Of course, I decided to go with Slurpuff, considering that it was a safe switch. And of course, he went with Abomasnow. Actually, he went with Croagunk first, and then you can see right there, he immediately switched to Abomasnow. So I really feel like I should have reacted there and go to Alolan Sandslash. But yeah, here we go. I decided to just eat both Weather Balls, considering that I already used a shield, and I tried to at least bait out one shield out of him. But I actually think he saved both shields, and that was actually the correct play. So he sacks Abomasnow. I decide to switch immediately. Okay, so it was Croagunk, which means my Alolan Sandslash would have been completely nuked down. And this is the misplay that I was talking about, because I should have immediately switched to Alolan Sandslash, knowing that he switched to an Abomasnow while also revealing his secondary pick. So I should have went with Alolan Sandslash there, and that is of course the reason why I ended up losing this one. But yeah, it was just a huge misplay on my part. Alright, here we go. This is the second time I went up against Casual Coops, and this time I went with the secondary team that I had set up, which is of course Alolan Marowak, Lapras, and Alolan Raichu. Again, sticking with those electric types, but I opened up with Alolan Marowak. Now, this team in particular is actually my Kanto Cup team, and I've seen a lot of success with it, even though there's not that much synergy with the Pokemon. I thought I had the advantage right here, but watch how he actually switches out. This was actually a phenomenal situation for myself, but I somehow ended up losing this matchup, and you're gonna see how. Yeah, so he starts off, I knew it would be Ice Punch considering that it is Alolan Raichu, and Ice Punch is actually a really strong attack against this Pokemon. Now, I made the mistake here in trying to kind of build up my energy for a double Thunder Punch, and I really feel like this was my big mistake, because of course he just throws out an Ice Punch, it does about a third of my Pokemon's damage, and now I'm trying to spam out both of my Thunder Punches. And yeah, you can see right here, I have Alolan Marowak, but he already has the energy advantage as well as the shield advantage. And of course, if I go to Lapras, one Frenzy Plant will just put me in a very bad spot. So he really played this well. Like, this is all skill right here. I had full advantages with this matchup, and yet I still got outplayed really hard. So yeah, props to you, Casual Coops. This was really well played. But in any case, let's finish this out. He goes with Frenzy Plant as I predicted, but it still did a lot more damage than I predicted. And I think I got really flustered here because I was not getting every single one of these nodes. And yeah, that's unfortunate because I feel like that would have been enough to deal with it. Okay, and then here is the Skarmory. And then I panicked and went to Lapras. Again, this was another big misplay because of course, he's just going to Brave Bird me with a whole bunch of Sky Attacks. I actually thought he was going to psych me out with a Sky Attack first, but he actually went with Brave Bird. And yeah, that really screwed me over because obviously that's going to chunk down my Lapras a lot of health. And then I'm going to miss out on actually being able to handle this Pokemon because I don't have the shield advantage and now I don't have the health advantage. So yeah, really well played right here. I had full advantages with this matchup and I still lost really bad. And it's really unfortunate because I really feel like I needed this win based on this entire set, and you're gonna see why. But yeah, here we go. I burned my second shield. I figured at this point I already lost, so I might as well just, you know, try to delay it out a little bit, I guess. But yeah, there was just no chance at this point. Some of those misplays is all you need to completely lose out on a match that you had a full advantage in. So yeah, really well played. And that is the conclusion of the second match. Yeah, he's gonna go back to Skarmory. One fast attack is all it needs. And yeah, that is the conclusion of the second match. But let's see how I did in the third match. All right, here we go, third matchup. This time I kind of combined two of the teams that I used before. I have Galvantula as the lead, and then of course I have Lapras as the safe switch this time around, and then I have Vileplume, or actually Victory Bell, as my closer. And this is actually a Shadow Victory Bell, but here we go. He starts off with Croagunk. And I was not expecting this. Of course, Galvantula typically wins out against Croagunk, or not Croagunk. Wow, I've been saying Croagunk this whole time. Toxicroak. Toxicroak is something that I thought I would not have trouble with, but I ended up struggling a lot against this Pokemon, and you're gonna see why right here. So he decides to go with, I think it was wait, let me see here. Yeah, it was Sludge Bomb. And that was something I should have shielded. I did not think he would go with that, but yeah, that's exactly what he went with. I think I just did not have enough experience going up against Toxicroak, so I really wasn't familiar with what moves it brought. And unfortunately, that was the reason why I ended up losing big on this matchup, because Shadow Victory Bell, typically that would win out against a Toxicroak if they were both leading. And yeah, you can see right here, it's pretty much over already. He switches into Cherim. I have no real answer to that. I can't expect to have enough energy and enough health to get off 2 Sludge Bombs. So yeah, I really struggled in this matchup, guys. Like, again, if I played these matches differently, I would have actually done a lot better. That Toxicroak knocking out my Galvantula on the first round, yeah, that was pretty bad. And of course he switches over to Poliwrath, who has a huge advantage over Lapras. This was a disaster, to say the least. 3 matches in a row, I could have done a lot better. I'm not saying I could have won, because there were definitely some good plays on Casual Coops' part, but if I played certain things differently, I think I would have struggled less, and I possibly could have won at least 1 or 2 of these particular matches, especially that second match. I really am kicking myself for that one because I kind of played it a little bit lackluster, and I really feel like I had full advantages and I just completely whiffed on those advantages. So that's a little disappointing. I will definitely take that into heart for the second round, which I believe I'm going up against, I actually do not know, I have to check. I think it's Swag Tips, but I could be wrong there. But in any case, yeah, this is pretty much the end of round 3. I don't really have much going on here. I have no answers yet. 1 Dynamic Punch, boom, losing my health. I figured I could switch over to Victory Bell. Of course, 1 Weather Ball should be enough. This was a struggle, guys. This was an absolute struggle, and I have to give full props and full credits to Casual Coops. He played this extremely well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for round 3. I'm pretty much just gonna skip over to match 4. I did end up losing this one. Actually, let's just finish it out. So I did manage to knock out Cherim, but you're looking at a Poliwrath versus a Lapras. And a Poliwrath that, of course, had enough energy for a Dynamic Punch. When I had just enough, I think just one fast attack would have knocked it out. And yeah, I mean, you can consider that as kind of like, you know, just winning by a hair, but in all honesty, I just did really bad in that one. Alright, full stops. I was pretty much tilting at this point, so I just went with what I considered as my best team. I opened up with Shadow Victory Bell, which I thought would be a really strong opener, considering that during the Go Battle League, I tend to open up with Shadow Vic a lot, and it's given me a lot of success. I really feel like with Casual Coops, he actually studied my draft really well, because I feel like he always had an answer to my opener. And you can see right here, Venusaur was his opener in a couple of matches ago, so I should have expected this, but unfortunately I had the disadvantage in the opener. So yeah, Victory Bell is trying to nuke it down, but of course this is not the Ultra League, and yeah, Victory Bell just loses out on this matchup, and it's just really a shame at this point because I immediately knew that this was going to be bad because I was really hoping there was no Venusaur in this matchup, but all 3 of my Pokemon that I had on this list was not good enough for Venusaur. I mean, yeah, like he didn't even need to use a shield there. Pretty much like 1 or 2 Sludge Bombs is going to be enough. And I just ended up burning through both shields, thinking maybe I could just, as long as I open up and like win the first round so that I can get the switch advantage, maybe at that point I could possibly win. But you know, at this point it took too much out of me. Yeah, Skarmory was the next pick. I tried to bait out a shield, which, you know, Coops is too good of a player. He's not going to fall for it. And yeah, I thought I could maybe win out with Raichu, but you know, he has all this energy built up. It only takes 1 Brave Bird, which is why I went to Lapras, thinking maybe, you know, I could switch out to Raichu and maybe win that way. Yeah, this was a disaster. Losing 4 in a row to Casual Coops. And it's because he played these matchups really well. This was actually a surprise right here. Shadow Zapdos actually kind of gave me a little bit of hope because both Shadow Zapdos and Skarmory struggle a lot against Raichu. And even with Drill Peck, I thought maybe I could get a couple of shields out. Maybe I could win this up with just fast attacks. But unfortunately, I was out of shields. And at this point, I totally forgot that I was out of shields. So no shield advantage, no energy advantage, no health advantage. I pretty much lost out like really badly. And yeah, that is pretty much how things went with the first 4 matches. It's pretty brutal. And you know, I just feel like I'm not good at PvP. I think I just have grown to accept that. When it comes to the Go Battle League, for example, like I'll get fairly high. Like I'm not going to, you know, be in the lower ranks constantly. Like if I actually try, I can get to, you know, some of the higher ranks, but I haven't hit Legend yet, and I haven't really collected a lot of good Pokemon that would allow me to get to Legend. So yeah, I mean, I think I just need to get better. That's really what it comes down to. A lot of these matchups, I could have done a lot better if I played them differently, and that's really what it comes down to. But we did have one more matchup, and I think this one was, you know, I guess my plan going according to how I thought it would, or like I should say, like it went the way that I wanted it to. So yeah, let's move on to match number 5. Okay, you know how I said in the last matchup that I thought that team was the strongest? I actually think this team was actually a lot better. Shadow Vic opener, it's my comfort pick for openers, and then of course Galvantula and Alolan Sandslash. I really wanted to use Alolan Sandslash at some point during these matchups, and I'm really glad that I did get a couple of games in with it because I really do like the Pokemon itself, and I do think it's actually a really strong Pokemon that a lot of players are overlooking. But you could see right here, he opens up with Poliwrath, and this is exactly what I wanted to happen. And then of course he goes to Abomasnow, and I do what I should have done in that first matchup. Go in with Alolan Sandslash. And this time around, I was not going to make the same mistake, And yeah, you could see right here, I win this matchup pretty sizably because there's really is no answer to Alolan Sandslash with Abomasnow. He could throw Energy Ball, he could throw Weather Ball, like none of it would have worked. And this is why I'm kicking myself, because this is what I should have done in that first matchup. But yeah, I just kind of take it. I don't need to shield at all. And I totally knew that, and yeah, I was able to handle Abomasnow. This is exactly what I thought I would do with these matchups, because I looked at Casual Coops' draft, and I planned my drafts. I planned my teams around his draft. And this is the one game where everything went according to plan. So yeah, I tried to bait out a couple of shields. Bulldoze is actually probably the better move up against this Poliwrath, because with Ice Punch, I think it gets double resisted, but I tried to bait out a shield at least once. I think I managed to pull it off. No, I did not. But both of my Pokemon, I pretty much had the pick of the litter, either Galvantula or Victory Bell. And I knew he was building up for Ice Punches because he thought I would switch back to Shadow Vic, but I ended up switching to Galvantula, and you're going to see right here, it ends up actually kind of tilting him. Now, I was able to bait out at least one shield, but that is of course because Poliwrath was about to pretty much get knocked out. And yeah, I switched over to Galvantula, knew it was Ice Punch, could have possibly been Dynamic Punch, and yeah, because of that, I decided to use one shield. And then, yeah, this one I knew I could survive either way, so I decided not to shield this time around. And yeah, it's another Ice Punch, which, yeah, doesn't chunk out too much of my health. And you can see right here with Skarmory, yeah, this is exactly what I was hoping for with Galvantula. So there you go, everyone. 1 out of 5 games I won against Casual Coops. It's mainly because of two factors. Casual Coops played extremely well. He's definitely well-versed in the Go Battle League, especially compared to myself. And then I made a lot of misplays, and hopefully I'll be able to clean that up for the next round, because I am going up against some PvP heavy hitters in this PvP tournament. So yeah, there you have it, everyone. This is my first round of this PvP tournament, and I was able to go up against Casual Coops. Definitely go and check out his channel. He hasn't uploaded in a while, but maybe you can encourage him to upload a new vlog. That would be really great, because he's extremely entertaining in this space, and it'd be really great if he could create a lot more content. But yeah, in any case, yeah, hope you enjoyed this one, and yeah, there's going to be more to come.